Welcome to the Codependent Millennial Podcast with Sophie Shilo, episode number 1, Codependency 101. Hello, beautiful people. I'm so happy you're here. I'm Sophie. I'm a life coach and a recovering codependent, and I'm here to help you heal your codependency so that you can finally build a life you love, because that's what you deserve. If you're listening to this right now, you might be already familiar with the term codependency. Maybe you've spent a little time in therapy working through it. Maybe you've read books about it. Maybe you think you're in a relationship that's codependent and you want to learn more. Or maybe you just stumbled upon this and decided it sounded interesting. Either way, I want to welcome you. Today, I want to give you a little insight into what codependency is and why it's so important that we heal it and move beyond it in order to live our best lives possible. Before I get started, I want to say that this particular episode and this entire topic in general can be pretty heavy and even seem bleak at times. Codependency is no joke, and on this podcast, I intend to have the most honest, meaningful, and enlightening conversations around what it means to heal from and move beyond codependency. That said, I'm also pretty irreverent and I love to laugh. I think that humor and lightheartedness hold a special place in the process of healing, so there will be plenty of that here as well. All right, let's dive in. So, what is codependency? Codependency is a term that describes the way in which you relate to the people around you. People you are in personal relationships with or total strangers. Codependency shows up in many different ways for different people and has different degrees of severity as well. Signs and symptoms of codependency include the following, and this is where it gets kind of heavy. Anticipating people's needs and seeking to meet them when this was not expected or required. Indecision and a fear of making decisions. Considering other people before yourself in every action you take. Needing approval or permission from others in order to take action or feel a certain way. Feeling extremely jealous when a friend or partner spends time with other people. Wanting to control others and feeling helpless when this doesn't work out. An inflated and extreme sense of guilt. Not stating your wants or needs, but silently wishing others would guess them and comply with them. Over-apologizing and a deep sense of shame. Putting someone or something on a pedestal and seeing them as the answer to your problems or pain. Blaming others for your emotions or your circumstances. Resenting others for being happy or for not engaging in your codependent behavior along with you. Never feeling good enough no matter what. Being unable to feel a sense of self-worth and purpose outside of your contribution to other people's lives. Needing to be needed or wanted. Extreme insecurity. Disordered eating patterns or drinking or shopping, etc., to replace the people or circumstances in your life that you cannot actually control. Assuming responsibility for things that are not your responsibility. Wishing other people would take responsibility for things in your life that are your responsibility. Exhaustion, thoughts of suicide, and many more. Codependency is essentially a disordered way of perceiving yourself in relation to others and vice versa that creates an unhealthy reliance on others for emotional, financial, or physical well-being, and that leads to all of the symptoms and situations that I just mentioned. As you can imagine, having codependent tendencies can wreak havoc in your life and the lives of those around you. Codependency thrives in an environment of instability, crisis, lack, fear, and manipulation. No bueno. Healing my own codependent tendencies was a multi-year process, and I still today manage my mind daily around situations that bring up my old codependent reflexes. They're much weaker now, and in some cases completely non-existent, thank God, but there are still some unhealthy patterns of thought that I carry with me that require examination and self-coaching to release. To be quite honest, I'm grateful for all of these opportunities because it really gives me a deeper sense of self-awareness, a more intimate relationship with myself, and I'm grateful for all of it. Today, I help my clients examine and release their own codependent tendencies and behaviors. We do that in our one-on-one sessions through deep self-inquiry, examination of thought patterns, and development of new ways of connecting with themselves and others that foster healthy interdependence instead of codependence. Okay, I feel like I just read a dissertation. That was a very sterile academic sentence I just read. What I mean in the simplest sense is that my clients and I look at what they're doing that's causing them pain in their lives, why they're doing it, and how to stop. You can read about their experiences on my site. That's codependentmillennial.com/testimonials. So after working with many clients on healing their codependency, I started to notice patterns emerge. Each one of my clients was struggling with one of 7 main issues. They came up over and over and over again, and it almost sounded like each client was repeating what the last one had just said. I wanted to take these 7 main issues and create a free resource around them for people to use to learn about and examine their codependent behaviors all on their own. This resource exists now and is called my Essential 7-Day Guide to Moving Beyond Codependency. And you can find that on my website as well. You can just visit codependentmillennial.com/essential. In the next 7 episodes of this podcast, I will be taking you through the 7 modules of this essential guide to help you do some of the deepest inner work you've probably ever done. That's my shit. There's nothing more I love doing than guiding my clients through this amazing process. I'll summarize the guide for you here, and then we'll dive deep over the next 7 episodes into each module specifically. Here we go. In the 7 lessons of the Essential Guide to Moving Beyond Codependency, I teach you all about, number 1, emotional adulthood, how to step out of emotional childhood, develop true emotional adulthood, and start feeling more in control of your life. Number 2, boundaries. Know when and how to set and maintain healthy boundaries. Number 3, processing feelings. How to feel, process, and release emotions like anger, resentment, self-loathing, and anxiety. Number 4, making decisions. How to make empowered decisions and how to follow through with them. Number 5, control. How to release your need to control other people and start building better relationships. Number 6, confidence. How to develop true, unshakable, self-generated confidence. You never have to rely on anything outside of yourself ever again to give you the feeling of confidence. That power lies within you alone, and I'll show you how to use it. Number 7, people-pleasing. How to stop the patterns of thought that drive you to people-please. Your life is yours, and you get to live it the way you choose to. So if you want to learn more about that course, of course, you can just go to codependentmillennial.com/essential. And if you want to discuss any of these topics one-on-one with me, I am currently doing free mini sessions with people, and you can sign up for those at codependentmillennial.com/work-with-me. So that concludes our episode today, the short one-on-one on what codependency is and the introduction to the 7-day guide to moving beyond codependency. Thank you again so much for listening, for being here, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Have a wonderful week. If you like what you heard today, make sure to follow me on Instagram at codependentmillennial, and you'll be able to receive much more daily content about healing from codependency and building your best life there.